Every single thing they told you about yourself, that you're too sensitive, that you feel too much, that you need to toughen up, all of it was wrong. Not slightly off, not well-intentioned, but misguided. Wrong. And today I'm going to show you the neuroscience that proves it. You've probably heard it your entire life, from teachers, from family members, maybe even from people who loved you. You're too sensitive. Don't take things so personally. Stop crying over everything. And after hearing it enough times, you started to believe it. You started apologizing for your tears. You started shrinking yourself in rooms full of people just to avoid being called dramatic again. You started to wonder if something was genuinely broken inside you. Nothing is broken. What you have is not a flaw. What you have is a completely different operating system. And once you understand how it actually works, you're going to stop apologizing forever. Psychologists have a name for what you are. They call it a highly sensitive person. But that term doesn't do it justice. So let me give you a better one. You are a supersensor. Here's what that means in real biological terms. Research shows that roughly 80% of the human population processes the world in a fairly standard way. Their brains filter out most incoming information to conserve energy. They walk into a room and register the basics. The people, the conversation, the temperature maybe. Your brain registers everything. Think of it like this. Most people are recording life in standard definition. Clear enough. Functional, gets the job done. But your brain is recording in 8K resolution. Every texture, every undercurrent, every micro expression on someone's face before they've even decided what they want to say. That is not weakness. That is extraordinary hardware. And neuroscience has identified exactly why your brain works this way. The first thing that makes you different is something called low latent inhibition. Most brains are designed to suppress irrelevant information. They decide in milliseconds what matters and what doesn't. The hum of the refrigerator, irrelevant. The mood shift in the room, filtered out. Your brain does not do this. Your brain decides that everything is relevant fear. The mood shift, the feeling that something is slightly off, even though nobody has said a word yet. This is why loud environments drain you. This is why you can't just switch off at the end of a long day. Your system has been running at full capacity since the moment you woke up. But this is also, and pay close attention here, exactly why you notice things that other people completely miss. The patterns, the warning signs, the beauty that passes everyone else by in a blink. The second thing, your mirror neurons are hyperactive. Mirror neurons are what allow humans to empathize. But for most people, empathy is cognitive. They understand that someone is hurting. They can reason through it and respond with kindness. For you, it is physical. When someone near you is sad, your brain doesn't just register their sadness, it simulates it inside your own body. You don't observe someone's pain from a safe distance. You absorb it, you carry it home with you. You lie awake thinking about it. You are not imagining this. This is your neurology doing exactly what it was built to do. And the third thing is the one most people get completely wrong about you. It's called depth of processing. You've probably been told you overthink, that you hesitate too much, that you're slow to respond in conversations or decisions while everyone else seems to just know what to do. Here is what is actually happening. While others are reacting to the surface of a situation, your brain is running a full simulation underneath. You are connecting the current moment to past memories. You are predicting multiple future outcomes. You are analyzing the meaning behind the words, not just the words themselves. You are not hesitating because you're confused. You are hesitating because your brain refuses to give you a shallow answer when a deeper one is available. That is not a flaw. That is high-level computation happening in real time. If any of this is hitting close to home right now, share this with someone in your life who needs to hear it. Someone who has spent years believing the wrong story about themselves. Now here's the question that probably crosses your mind. If this sensitivity is such an advantage, why does it feel so exhausting? Because your system has a cost. You process more, which means you reach your limit faster. When you suddenly need to leave a social situation, when you have to sit in silence for an hour before you feel like yourself again, that is not you being dramatic. That is your system telling you that it has hit capacity. Your RAM is full, you need to reboot. And here is a metaphor from science that I want you to hold on to. Most people are like dandelions, resilient, adaptable. They can grow in almost any environment, cracks in the sidewalk, an untended field, anywhere. The conditions don't matter much. They survive regardless. But you are an orchid. In a harsh environment, one that is too loud, too toxic, too fast, you struggle. And for years, you probably blamed yourself for not being a dandelion. You thought something was wrong with your root, but research shows something remarkable. When an orchid is placed in the right environment, with the right conditions and the right care, it doesn't just survive, it produces something that no dandelion ever could. A complexity, a depth of beauty that takes your breath away. You were never meant to grow in the sidewalk, you were meant for the greenhouse. So here is what I want you to actually do with this. Stop trying to become less sensitive. You cannot rewire your biology, and you should not want to. The world already has plenty of people who stopped feeling things deeply. That is not a solution, that is a loss. What you need to do is protect what you have. Build boundaries that are real, not apologetic. Honor your need for quiet without explaining it to anyone. Choose environments that allow you to function at the level you are actually capable of. Because when a supersensor operates in the right conditions, they don't just keep up with everyone else. They see things other people can't see. They feel things other people can't feel. They notice what is coming before anyone else has looked up from their phone. In a world that is getting louder, faster, and more disconnected by the day, your ability to feel deeply is not a burden to manage. It is the most valuable thing about you. And the next time someone tells you that you are too sensitive, take a breath, let them finish, and quietly remember the truth. If this changed something for you today, share it with one person who has spent too long believing the wrong story about themselves. And if you want to go deeper into understanding how your mind works, the next video is waiting for you right now.